Hello, and welcome to the Chatterbox Letters podcast. The title for this episode is Mindset on Your Chatter Letter. Welcome to my Livestream broadcasting exclusive. Today, there is a simple three-letter word that changes everything. The word is yet. What if I told you that by adding just 3 letters to the end of your positive self-talk, not only would your mindset change for the better, but your chatter letter sent to my podcast would be something else right now. Imagine the aspect of your life. Imagine how much more good you could do in the world if you believed in yourself by writing your chatter letter and sending it in. You would feel like anything was possible to imagine once you send in your chatter letter. This is what I meant by the 3-letter word yet. Sending your chatter letter in makes everything in your life happen. Don't be fooled by the simplicity of the word when it comes to your chatter letter. The implications are enormous. For many people out there, your chatter letter is a shift from a fixed to a growth kind of mindset. It goes from believing that your capabilities are what you are today to know that you can continuously improve and acknowledge what you put in your chatter letter. Whatever you set your mind to once you send in your chatter letter. And I want you to send that chatter letter to my podcast. It's very important to me. But adding the nuisance of yet to your thoughts and inner talk, you will not only believe you can do it by sending your chatter letter to my podcast, but you'll also give yourself a gift of patience. You'll know there is still time to perfect your execution of your chatter letter. Given into your mindset to do the right thing by writing your chatter letter with anything you want to write about. It doesn't matter what you write, but I would like for you to please keep it clean, clear, and discreet. Whatever it is you're doing, even if it doesn't happen right away, with your chatter letter, you have a fixed growth mindset to do what is necessary to do to send in your chatter letter. Let's put this into perspective. I distinguish between the mindset whether it is fixed or growth mindsets. Saying those who have a fixed mindset when it comes to writing your chatter letter and sending it to me, believe that your capabilities are not changeable. Your mindset is where it needs to be when it comes to your chatter letter. Please, everyone, send me your chatter letter. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you write in your chatter letter, but please keep it clean, clear, and discreet. No cussing is necessary within your chatter letter. Your mindset limits people from excelling in their areas because they don't allow room or time to improve. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are static, not able to be improved upon when it comes to your chatter letter. On the flip side of what it means to get one chatter letter into my podcast, I would appreciate your gesture to do so. There are individuals out there who believe that their abilities aren't set in stone. Instead, you can develop your ability through many different pathways so that people with the mindset can send in their chatter letter. They tend to take on some challenges head on and working hard because they may know the benefits of doing so will improve to themselves over time, that they can send that chatter letter in head on. They understand things like practice makes perfect. When you acknowledge that your chatter letter means the world to me, to consider it on my podcast. Please, everyone, the more you consider writing your chatter letter and sending it in, the better you feel about what's good about it. Yet changes not just how we see ourselves, but also what others see in us. There is always a way, so let's go and figure out how to get there with your chatter letter. Suddenly, nothing else seems to possibly matter, but your chatter letter is the best thing to me in the world. When you add yet in your mindset, you no longer feel that you're not good enough or smart enough when it comes to reachable with some effect. We will have to start somewhere, and we're not going to be good at it for the first time. But that doesn't mean that we can't get better with it by sending your chatter letter to my podcast. Everyone out there who are interested in sending your chatter letter, like I said, you can write whatever you want to write about in your chatter letter, but please keep it clean, clear, and discreet. Please, everyone, write that chatter letter and send it in via email to the Chatter Letters Podcast, Chatterbox Letters Podcast at gmail.com. Or you can send your chatter letter regular mail. Please send it to the Chatterbox Letters Podcast, Post Office Box 5556, Lakeland, Florida 33807-5556. All right. There's another way that you can send in your chatter letter, And that's you can give your chatter letter by hand to me. If you live in the surrounding cities of Plant City, Tampa, Dover, Thonotosassa, Brandon, Valrico, Lakeland, Lakeland Heights, Edgewood, Mulberry, Bradley, Bartow, and Zephyr Hills in the state of Florida, where I'm located, I would appreciate your chatter letter by hand. I'm about to wrap this up in my live stream broadcast. Again, I would like to say to everyone out there, if you have a chatter letter you want to write and send it to me, I would appreciate just one chatter letter out there, just one. I'm saying to everybody, just one chatter letter will make a difference. This is what I meant by the word yet. That 3-letter word. Have you sent your chatter letter in yet? Because it means the world to me to receive it. Acknowledge your possibilities out there to send your chatter letter today. I thank you for tuning into my podcast. I would like to say God bless and thank you so much. I appreciate your support.